The start of teaching any movement is to cover the correct setup position. This includes the stance, grip, and body position. Let's take a look at this in the overhead squat. In this first clip, I'll focus on my athlete's foot placement and help them find the correct grip width on the bar. Notice how I tell them what they'll be doing in a simple manner, show them what it looks like, and then have them do it while giving some context on how to properly execute. Finally, I check and make adjustments. I do all of this at each step along the way. It might feel too simplistic to break it down that much, but see what you think in this example. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go over the overhead squat. This is what it looks like. Let me show you another angle. To begin, we're going to work on your stance. What I want is your heels underneath your shoulders for me. Open your toes just a little bit, Carrie. Now, take the PVC pipe, put it at your waist. Take a wide grip, and you're going to do some pass-throughs. This is what that looks like. So you're going to shrug your shoulders up, keep your elbows locked, and take that bar to your low back. Everybody go ahead and try pass-through. Bring it back forward. If that was easy, inch your hands in just a little bit closer for me. Keep doing that until you get to a sticking point, a place where going over and back is a little bit tricky, but you can still do so without your elbows bending. Nice. Go ahead and relax. Now that's the width of your hands that you're going to maintain the entire time we're overhead squatting. I'll now move into teaching the overhead position. This involves getting the bar into the frontal plane and establishing an active shoulder position that includes elevation and external rotation. The goal is to get the athletes to feel external rotation of their shoulders while pushing up aggressively on the bar. This can be a tricky position to find. Let's take a look at a drill that I use to achieve this while keeping the information simple. Now, the first thing we're going to work on is just your overhead position, all right? This is what we're looking for with the overhead position. What I want is your armpits forward, your elbows locked, you pressing up on the bar with it right over the arch of your foot. We're going to get there in a drill that looks like this. So everybody take the PVC pipe, put it on your back just like I've got here. Point your elbows to the ground for me. Open your palms and put them under the bar, and then press it straight up. Now hold that position right over the top of your head. Now crunch your abs down for me. There we go, nice, Jackie. You guys can bring the bar down. It should be right in the middle of your skull, and then punch right back up. Nice, relax. That's going to be the overhead position that I want from you guys the entire time. After assessing the group, I liked what I was seeing, and I felt comfortable moving into teaching the dynamic phase of the movement. In addition to the elements that we need to see in the air squat, I have 2 points of performance to focus on in the overhead squat. The athlete needs to maintain an active shoulder, and they need to keep the bar in the frontal plane. I'll teach and assess the active shoulder first using a wader squat drill. But as you'll see, there are some other squatting mechanics that I'll work to correct as well. Let's take a look. Now we're going to try to squat just like that. It looks like this. So I want you guys to continue pressing up on the bar and trying to keep your armpits facing me. So everybody go ahead and take that bar back overhead for me. Nice. Squeeze your belly, squeeze your butt. Widen those feet for me just a little bit again, Carrie. Open your toes. Go ahead and squat. Push those knees out nice and hard right towards my hand. That a girl. And stand. Widen your heels just a little bit. And now open your toes a little bit. Good. Becky, try to squeeze your belly nice and tight. Press up hard, guys, and squat. That's better. Now push out towards my hand again. That's it. And stand. Hell yeah, keep your feet right there for me. Here we go. James, squeeze your belly, squeeze your butt, and squat. Nice, I like it. And stand. Good. Go ahead and squat. And stand. Becky, take your heels out just a touch for me. Now open your toes from there. Here we go, guys. Carrie, press up a little bit harder and squeeze your belly. And squat. I like it, Becky. Wiggle your toes a little bit, Jenny. And stand. You guys can relax. Now that I've had a chance to assess the group's active shoulder position, I'll focus on ensuring that the bar stays in the frontal plane. Notice that I make the bar path a specific teaching point following the tell, show, do, check process. This is precisely what I'm focused on as the athletes are moving. And I use the static positions at the top and bottom of the reps to check back in on the active shoulder position and stance. So now we're going to actually work on the bar path. When we squat, we want the bar tracking over the middle of your foot. It's going to look like this. I'm going to show one more. I want you guys to notice that as my chest falls forward, I pull the bar back slightly. So as you're squatting, if you feel your chest starting to fall forward, pull that bar back a little bit, still pressing up aggressively on the bar for me. Here we go. Let's take that bar back overhead. I want a full grip on the bar this time, but still your armpits facing forward. James, press up a little bit harder. Crunch your abs down a little bit more. Becky, take those heels out a little bit wider. Nice. Carry, crunch your abs down a hair. Good. And squat. Pull that bar back towards my hand. That's it. Now knees out hard. And stand. Good. Try to turn your armpits forward, guys, that you're at the top. I like it. Now squeeze your belly. Heck yeah. And squat. Pull the bar back again. I like it. And stand. Carrie, go a little wider with your hands for me and think about pulling that bar back as you squat. And squat. Press up a little bit more for me, James. That's what I like. And stand. Heck yeah, just like that, James. Crunch your abs down hard for me, Becky. Atta girl. And squat. Heck yeah. Pull the bar back just a little bit. And stand. Good. Atta girl, Jenny. Elbows down just a little bit more. Yep. And squat. Good job pulling the bar back. And stand. Squeeze your belly and squeeze your butt for me. Yep. And squat. Good bar path right there, Carrie. And stand. One more rep here, guys. Keep pressing up for me, James. And squat. Jackie, knees out a little bit more. That a girl. Great bar path. And stand. Relax. As long as you focus on getting your athletes set up correctly, teaching them to maintain an active shoulder, and move the bar in a straight path, there are a number of ways that you can teach the overhead squat. If you are looking for a new way to teach the movement, give this one a try.